Look at that. Look at that. Woo! That is nice. All right. So from what this startup shout out is about is this company called Serengeti. And this company is much bigger than the last one I did. The idea is much more grown. It's like a pretty sizable clothing company at this point. But like I love the ideas that they do because they make clothing and apparel and like all these different things for charities, and it's like super awesome what they do because they take these fabrics from all around the world and they mold it into just awesome clothing. One of their biggest clothing lines is things like this, which are like pocket tees, and the fabric is made from like I forget where this one was actually from, but they all go to a different charity. And the charity that I ordered both this bracelet and this shirt from both go to giving microloans to women in countries, to women entrepreneurs in countries all around the world, which is like obviously a huge thing. I mean, I'm doing this startup shout out. This is like such an interesting cause for me, and I wanted to, obviously this like wasn't like that big of a donation, but it's it's still a cause that's super interesting. The website, I'll put a link to their website below. It's a super awesome company and they do amazing things, and their clothing is really cool. So I wanted to support them as much as I could, and I actually applied to be a clothing ambassador, and I'm just kind of like waiting to hear back whatever happens with that. But yeah, no, I ordered the shirt. I'm like super excited to try this on and wear it. So that's startup shout out number 2. I'm not going to keep count of this because I know I'm going to lose count, but that's startup shout out number 2. So when I filmed that first part of the video, talking about this company, Serengeti, that was actually on Monday, earlier this week, and I was thinking about doing a second piece of the video, but I was thinking about doing a second piece to the video where I would show clothing for the company that I'm newly an ambassador for, which is called Wildin. But I think that I need to take this opportunity for this video to just kind of make a statement about what happened in Florida on Wednesday. When you see this, 2 days will have gone by since the school shooting in Florida took place, and there's really no way to describe how hideous of how awful what happened went down. I think it's pretty understood that it's a real shame thing. To like all those families, it's just like, I honestly can only just say like I'm sorry. There's really no words to describe it. There's not much that can be said. It's just to like that community, to the people, to the families who lost innocent lives on Wednesday in Florida. It's just terrible, and there's there's really nothing else that can really be said other than that. It's just a terrible thing that took place. But to those families, I'm so sorry. And yeah. But I will say this is now the 18th school shooting that has taken place in 2018 alone. And I don't know what's going on politically about it, what's being done about it, but this is such a serious problem. And I just can't even imagine that people are debating how much of a problem this is. And I think, I know that it would just be, it's just something that needs to be taken care of. You know, how many school shootings has to happen in order for something good to have to be done about taking care of these problems? I mean, innocent lives, like, and, you know, just getting the problem under control. You know, these kids going to school, like, every day. You know, like, you go into school every day with just, like, the natural understanding that you're safe, but, like, now you have to question it with today's world, like, how safe are you really? And, like, to the family members, like, I don't even, but, like, there was a security guard who was also the coach at the school, who was, like, a huge hero in this whole thing, who lost his life, because he jumped in front of the shooter, between the shooter, to protect kids. You know, that guy, there was multiple statements given about him from students that went to that go to the school, and they were just like, great guy, just an amazing guy. And, like, you know, it really is a heroic act to, you know, throw your life in front of a shooter to protect kids. Like, that is just, there's no denying that. But it is scary that this happens so frequently. And, you know, being on a college campus, you never know what's going to happen. Being, you know, anywhere, anytime, any campus, any school, any whatever, you never know when something like this is going to happen, and it's terrifying, and it's something that needs to be dealt with. And it just has to be, something has to change drastically. So that's kind of it for today. Like I said, on Monday, I'll be talking much more about the company that I am now an ambassador for in their clothing, and I'll be talking about a lot about their clothing and stuff, and which isn't this company. This company I applied for, or this company I applied for. I did, like I said, I did apply for this to be an ambassador, but I'm going to be talking about Wilden, the clothing company, and kind of like what I'm going to be doing with them, and I'll talk about that on Monday. Yeah, so that'll be Monday, and I have a few other things I'll be talking about then as well. So I hope you guys all have a great weekend, and yeah.